Good morning friends, welcome back to my channel Coding Environment. This video will be the continuation of the last video where I showed some basic operations on the linked list. In this video I am going to cover how we can delete a node from a given linked list. So just assume that we have been given one linked list having 5 nodes in it. So this is the first node, this is the second node, this is the third node, this is fourth, and this is fifth. And our head is pointing to this node. Now just assume that the node which we have to delete is the first node. It means we have been given the data of the first node as 10 and we have to go and delete this node. So in this, the head was pointing to the first node, right? After deletion of this node, suppose we successfully deleted this node, what will happen? Our head will now point to the next node. Instead of pointing to this node, it should point to the next node. And we should disconnect this pointer. So you can see after deletion of this node from this linked list, this will be the final linked list. Now, how we can do this operation? So we will get the head of this node, right? So what we have to do, as we know that this is the first node of the linked list, and we can verify that the data which is given to us is equal to the head data. If this is the condition we are in, then what we can do is we can simply move this head to the next pointer. And how we can do that? We can say head is equal to head.next, right? This is the way we traverse in a linked list, and we can get the address of the next node by using this head.next. And once we'll have this, we can return this head. So this is the operation we have to do when the data which we need to delete is the first node of the linked list. You can see it like if the data is equal to the data head.data, in this case we have to point our head to the next node of the linked list. So this we can just point it like this, and to point it we can use this method to get the next address of the next node. And just after that, you have to just return the head. So when you're returning the head here, basically you are returning the address of this second node. So this is the operation which we have to do when the node is at the beginning. Now moving to the next condition, when the node is at the middle or at the end. In both the scenario, if you closely monitor, what we have to do is like we have to, so just let's see one by one. If the node given to us is the last node. If the node given to us is the last node, it means we will get the data as a 50 here. Now what we have to do in this case, we have to again disconnect this connection here and make this next to point to null. And how we can disconnect it? So to do this, just assume that this is the previous node and this is the node which we need to delete, okay? So if we say that our previous dot next is equal to our temp dot next, it means now this next should point to this next, right? Means this next, this 40 dot next should point to 50 dot next. And by default, it is right now pointing to null, right? So after this operation, this 40 will point to null, right? Now consider the node which is given to us is now the middle one, or anyone, it's not only is the middle one, anyone which is not the first or the last node of the linked list. So just assume that we are given the data as a 30, it means we have to delete this node. So in this case, just assume that this is your temp node and this is your previous node. So how we can do that? So when we have to delete, basically we have to point this next pointer to this pointer, right? It means like we have to say that previous dot next is basically equal to temp dot next. If we do this operation, it will make the node 2 or the node 20 to point to node 40, right? With this operation. If you see this line and this line here, both are same. That's why I'm saying that to delete a node for at the end or in between the given linked list is same. And if you see here, I have kept two pointers, one is previous and one is temp, and using these two pointers I can delete the node. So you can see, to delete the node from the middle or at the end, we can create two pointer where temp will be initially pointing to head and previous will be initially pointing to null. Now we will run a while loop where we will check that the head is not equal to null or head.data is not equal to null. In this case, we will make this previous to point to head. So after first operation, if you see this example, after first operation, what will happen? The previous will be pointing to 10 and your temp will be pointing to 20. Now again, this condition will not get satisfied because we have given a data to delete as a 30, right? So this condition will not get satisfied and it will go for a second iteration. So in the second iteration, your previous will now pointing to 20 and your temp will be pointing to 30. And in this case, your head.data or temp.data will point to 30, right? Now this condition will get false, right? This condition will be false in this case. If this is happening, what we have to do is like we have to come out of this while loop and say that previous dot next is equal to temp dot next. Okay, if you do this operation, it will automatically point the previous node to the next node of the node which we have to delete. In this case, we have to delete this 30 node. So it will make the node 20 to point to 40. There can be one more condition here, that the data which we are trying to delete is not present. So suppose instead of 30, you are getting data as a 50, right? So in this case, what will happen? It will reach till end and it will not get the data only. So there will be one more condition which we have to check is like if your head or temp is equal to null, it means you have not got the data. So I will show this condition in our code and let's move to the code now and see how these things are getting executed. So moving to the IntelliJ here. To save the time, I have already written the code here. Now, this is the code which we have, I have already written. So, as I explained, I have created two nodes here. One is the temp node, which will be pointing to the head node, and one will be the previous node, which will be pointing to the null node. Now, this is the first condition. This is the first condition. When our node which needs to be deleted is the first node. In this case, what we will do, we will point the head to the next node. So this is the one. If temp is not equal to null and temp.data is equal to key, it means the node which we need to delete is basically the first node. So we'll make this head equal to temp.next and we'll return this head. This is the condition when you are going to delete the data which is at the starting of the linked list. Now, think of it like you have to delete the data which is at the end or in between the linked list. So what we have to do, we have to run a while loop till we are not getting the data or we are reaching to the end of the linked list. So this is what we are doing here, and we are just keep on tracking the previous node and the node which will hold the data. So if in this case there will be two conditions. One is like when you found the data or else you have reached the end of the linked list. So now if you have reached the end of the linked list, it means you have not got the data which you need to delete. So in this case, if you are trying to delete a data which is a node which is having a data 60, you will not get that node here itself. So in this case, you will just return the head saying that you are not able to delete the data because you didn't find it. In the other scenario, if you found the data, what you have to do? You have to say previous.next is equal to temp.next. This will make previous.next equal to temp.next. This line will make the previous node of the node which we needs to delete to point to the next node. So these two conditions will get handled by this line. And then at the last, we have to return the head. So if I run this code, let me run this code here. So just assume that I have created a linked list having 5 nodes in it, and I want to delete a node which is like, you can just assume 3. So here also I want to delete the node 3, and after deletion, we will print all also. So this is like we are going to print before and after deleting it. So if I run this code, okay, I think I have not printed. Okay, I printed head.next. Let me print the head.data and run it once more. Yeah, now you can see. Initially, the linked list data was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And after deletion, we have deleted the third node, and it is successfully able to delete the third node and printing 1, 2, 4, 5. Now assume that you want to delete the first node of the linked list. It means you want to delete the node having value 1 in it. Okay. So if you do this, here you can see it. The first node is getting deleted, and after that, all other nodes are getting printed. Similarly, if you want to delete the last node of the linked list, this will also get handled. See here, you can see the 5th node is also getting deleted here. Now, this is the 3 places where the node we need to be deleted, like one at the starting, or at the end, or in the middle. So at the end or in the middle is getting handled by the same while condition what we are putting it here. And if the node is the first node we need to delete, we have to move the head to the next node, and then we have to return the new head here. So this is all about deleting a node from a linked list. I hope you liked this video. If you have any doubt, please write it in comment section. I will try to answer it. Also, if you like this video, please press the like button and share it with your friends. Till then, have a great day and goodbye.